This is a 1956 Hudson Hornet Hollywood hardtop. It's the next to the last year of production, 1956. 57 would be the final year for Hudson. Under the hood we have a 327 cubic inch Packard designed engine, and it's hitched to a Packard's Ultramatic automatic drive. The car is in original condition. It's a survivor and had been stored for many years, but you'll notice that the chrome and stainless is in really good condition. The paint shows wear, but that's inevitable. And it appears that all the parts are there on this car, which is very important when you're restoring a car. Claims to be a California car, and you notice some of the the paint is rubbed off there, but it looks in good shape overall. Notice the anodized gold trim there in the rear quarter, and of course it says it has a V8 there, which it does. And the interior is original. Then you take a look at that, and the owner gave me permission to open the door, so that's what I did. And I'm opening it now, and we see very nice upholstery, nice fabric. Dash has a horizontal speedometer. And it has the wraparound windshield, and the headliner looks in great shape. And there you see the selector for the Ultramatic. Now in the big Packards they had a push button selector, some models. This one has it on the steering column. Now we're going to take a look around the back. And when we get to the trunk, the owner showed me some pictures that he took of some 250 cars that the owner of this car, who sold it to the current owner, has stored. 250 cars. And a couple that he showed me here you'll find very interesting. Notice the deflector there for the exhaust. Now here come the pictures, and the first one you're going to see is a Chrysler Airflow, believe it or not. And this is what one looks like that's been stored essentially in a barn for years. Dirty, but looks like it's complete. And there is a 1946 Oldsmobile convertible. So there are plenty of cars there. This is from up in Wisconsin someplace. All lined up. Notice the windshield there on the Airflow does move outward. And appears complete, and that's the big thing with these old cars. They might need paint, they might need upholstery, that can be done, but if the trim isn't there, that can be a years-long search for a proper trim for cars. So there are people out there that have a bunch of cars in storage and essentially let them sit. And I suppose even just looking at them is sufficient for them. They don't really have to drive them. They may remind themselves of what it was like to drive one, but just looking at them, and to get them back in condition to run, you know, you've got to have charged batteries, and you've got to have brake fluid that works, and you know, you've got to have a lot of stuff going on to run it. And not everybody has the capabilities of Jay Leno with all the, you know, with the full-time mechanic he has, just taking care of the inventory. So collecting cars can be an interesting situation. But this one is for sale. So it's a look at the last days of Hudson. Essentially a Nash body with Hudson, peculiar to Hudson trim. Hudson's step-down design was getting pretty old, so they had to do something, so this is what they did. Packard engine.